pop into the game.
Okay. Oof. All right, you said I'll take the NACL lineup?
Yeah, take it. Let's talk about this.
I will take it. All right, so NACL is bringing a Kremlin, a Montana, for their battleships, and for their cruisers, a Nevsky, Moskva, another Moskva, and a Yoshino. And they're following up by a brand new ship to the game and to competitive, a Ragnar and a Gearing and a Shimakaze.
I'm excited to see Ragnar today, Zath. I'm a big believer in this ship. I'm really curious to see how these teams deploy it. Opposing them from the south, flying the flag of YESCV, our resident CV main team, guys. Fielding double Kremlin, double Nevsky, double Stalingrad. I'm sensing a theme. Rounding things out, fronting all of that with a Marceau and double Harugumo. So anything that's not a destroyer on this YESCV team is here for Mother Russia.
Because Toad's balanced, Tovarish.
Da, Tovarish. Da, Tovarish.
Now, it's interesting seeing the double Harugumo, and they're going together.
Yes.
Harugumo with the special mod turns it into like this ultimate death snail smoker, and the two of them together, working with the two Nevskys, you already know what the other team, what NACL is in for. Oh my god. It's just wait. Set a timer. Well, set your watch for like 4 minutes. You'll see.
Indeed, it's going to be interesting here. YESCV opting for a very even split. They're sending all of their heavy firepower to C, right? Double Kremlin, double Stalin.
Yes.
The more lighter bits, the Harugumo, the Nevsky's headed to A, and the Marceau looks like he's trying to race to C for an early cap, so they don't get too far behind on points early. Now, this is something that I want to talk about, Zath, because I think it's something that you see sometimes in King of the Sea, but doesn't always come up, and that is the fact that if you don't get on at least one cap at a moderate amount of time.
Contact.
Yep.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut in. Well done, just got detected.
You're fine. I believe it. Yep, there he is. Moskva shells coming in. Kremlin shells coming in. Nakadashi's Shimakaze doing the work. Spotting Well Done's Marceau. Going to push him out of that cap. Not deny that early cap right there.
Yep,
but I feel like
now.
Yeah, but I feel like, first of all, I feel like it's a great play on YESCV's part. But I feel like it's also it is a risk, but they understand it. I mean, it almost looks like they're going for like a wall of steel kind of deployment with this super wide, everybody head due west or due east thing.
Well, so what I think Well Done, or sorry, not Well Done, YESCV is trying to do here is their strong side is going to be basically the side that they're going to push with, and they're going to encourage the enemy team. They're going to encourage NACL to kite away from C.
I see. To retreat back into and then kite with the Nevsky and the Harugumos.
Exactly, because that's what the Nevskys and Harugumos do with their Death Snail capabilities. It's complete BS, but hey, it's going to happen. And as we can see here, Danny Loves is smoking for the two Nevskys already, getting into position.
Balance for Life picks up B. That lets NACL start ticking up a small lead here. 3 minutes gone. As Well Done's Marceau comes screaming. Oh, I thought he was climbing up. He's reversing up the 9 line. I thought he was coming up the other way, but he's not. He's reversing up the 9 line, dumping some torpedoes. I thought maybe he might try to maybe kind of come back into the sea cap from the other direction, but at the moment, that is apparently not on the menu.
Problem is, I think when you know you're up against a Shimakaze and the cap is being flipped already, there's zero chance that you're going to be able to get in there.
Indeed.
At least not without the support of some friends. And you can see that those friends are taking their sweet time, getting all the way to the 10 line for their Stalingrads and getting to the 9 line for the Kremlins. And you're going to watch them push up together.
Death Snail now starting to engage at A. Over at A, we're seeing the Death Snail go up. One of the Nevsky radars. There's the Harugumo shells. They're really going to try and beat up on this Ragnar. But what I think they haven't quite realized yet is that at the moment, they're not really doing as much damage as they want because Ragnar is a little more resilient to this kind of stuff. Now, the fires will hurt, but the 100mm Japanese HE shells will shatter on most of his armor.
And here comes some AP from a battleship. Montana just, oh no, hitting Ultima Ratio's Nevsky. Matsuri detected a little bit there, just a second. But here's the power of the Death Snail, right? You've got radar going up from the Nevsky, keeping the Ragnar detected, and you guys could see that most of these guys were not detected until the very end there.
Now, there are a bunch of torps coming in. They have Hydro up, so they should be able to see these. They're going to have to make some moves here. It's going to be a little uncomfortable because of the angle those torpedoes are coming in at on these Nevskys. Nevsky is long and skinny and doesn't turn all that well. In fact, Ultima is going to take... Actually, Ultima's found himself a nice gap, and so does Matsuri. Ultima takes one in the bow, unfortunately. I thought he was going to make it.
Take one.
So the Death Snail forced to turn into the cap here, but it is going to allow them to pick up A and staunch the points bleeding a bit as the big push up this 9-10 line, the Kremlins and the Stalingrads, finally starting to take shape. Now, let's look at things from the NACL perspective for a bit, right? We're 5 minutes in. You're in the driver's seat. You've got a 150-point lead. It's on the other team to do something. At the moment, the Ragnar is beat up. You know what the Death Snail is. But do you really feel any pressure right now?
If you are NACL?
Yeah.
Not right now. And I told you guys to set your clocks for 4 minutes, about 4 minutes ago, and you can see why. Now, look at what's happening on the 9-10 line, though. Okay, I said not right now because these guys, you're right, they don't have that pressure. They can take their time. They can find ways to maybe get lucky with a torpedo strike like what they have with Ultima Ratio or a good, AP Citadel from a battleship. They can't just go in. They have to take their time, and they have to just work these guys down as Matsuri has taken some big hits.
He has indeed. They're trying to extract... They're trying to extract...
the AP.
Oh, but takes the torpedo, yeah. I will say, the NACL doing a great... Oh, no. NACL is doing a great job of crossing torpedoes through this smoke cloud and really giving YESCV nowhere to run, nowhere to hide in terms of torpedo angles, right? Brilliant job of that using the Yoshido and the gearing torps to manufacture those angles, and it does bag them their first kill.
That is really unfortunate, but that's exactly what I was talking about, and that's what NACL needed, absolutely needed to happen, is chaos, is the inability to dodge torpedoes, the inability to dodge AP shells, that lucky shot like Ultima Ratio now detected, thinking he's safe, but oh no's Montana is detecting him for a moment. Little things like that allows NACL to break back into this, and it's all about time over here on the West.
Well, NACL, NACL just, you can see that Snowboards Moskva is the focus target. They are starting to step onto C. They'll be able to pick up C here in a moment. Again, that will allow them to kind of start closing the gap, but it's a big gap. They're 300 points down now, 7.5 minutes into this game, and the A flank is really not looking good. Matsuri down under 7,000 HP, almost down to 6,000, and basically having to just run for his life.
That's right. That's right. And now the question is, whose smoke was that? Who died? Was it the Harugumo that died, or was it Pikachu's?
It was Pikachu's smoke. Pikachu is the one that smoked them into the A cap. So they, unfortunately, the Harugumo they lost was the one whose smoke was available, and now they're really going to struggle to extract these ships out of here.
There's no chance, and that's what I was trying to get at. Is you could tell that Pikachu didn't have his smoke available because of how long it took, and there goes another Nevsky. So now it's full retreat over here, and it's full push for NACL. And unfortunately, that means that the strategy for YESCV has completely blown up for them. They are unable to really push over here on the east side and make it effective.
It's going to be all about the western flank now for YESCV. If they're going to salvage this game, they're rotating the Well Done's Marceau into mid. It looks like, I'm assuming he's either going to run around the bottom end of the cap. Yep, he's going to try. Yep, he's going to try and come in the south into B to pick that up. He'll get radared by Full Metal Subaru's Moskva, who I'm sure he doesn't probably have any eyes on yet. They're not quite sure where he's at.
No, he's got Hydra going, but no radar yet.
NACL, I gotta say, Zath, NACL's done a really, really good job of rotate. Like, as these ships start to lose their HP and they get focused, they're pulling them out. Snowboard has moved all the way to the top of the map. He's spotted again, but for a while they didn't have shots on him. As they're as NACL's return fire continuing to focus Luyoya's Stalingrad and doing good work getting him under quite a bit of threat here, as he's down to around 20,000 HP.
Absolutely. Now, over on West, Source Tugs Ragnar once again coming under fire. Matsuri, I believe, is radaring him to detect him, as both him and Pikachu's
Ooh.
Harugumo are
That'd be
trying to farm him
that
down.
would be a huge kill if they can get it. They desperately need this kill on this flank.
Right.
1200 HP
Now,
and falling for Source Tug.
and no longer detected, mind you. It looks like he did. Nope.
Yep. He
He
is
had a
dark,
fire.
but
It burned out.
he is dark, but Matsuri's going down, and that's the problem. That leaves Pikachu all by himself. Source Tug on 800 HP. He escapes. But the combat has been all NACL all the time up at this point. Well done getting pushed out of the B cap. His little gambit there not working out.
Correct. And you can see Pikachu now might take a torpedo as well. 2 torpedoes, and he's gone.
Oh my goodness.
And
Gearing
he's gone.
torpedoes from downtown. Look at that. Right as they run out of range even. Wow.
Yes. Brilliantly played. We're going to watch a quick recap of that, but oh my goodness. But that's just rubbing salt into the wound, I would say.
What a salvo. What a salvo. NACL just playing a textbook game here of bend but don't break. They've surrendered. Look, I mean, they've just kind of they retreat. They've pulled all the way back on the western flank. They've given all this ground to the Kremlin, the Stalingrad push, which is, on be honest, now is kind of starting to lose steam because they're running out of ships. In fact, Erdekant just took a broadside shot at Reimu. Even though, knowing it doesn't matter, he took it anyway. He's about to eat a whole face full of Shimakaze torpedoes. Yeah, Erdekant looks like he's basically just going to go broadside here and say, just end me.
Oh, yeah.
Just end me, guys. They know it's over. They're down 5 ships, off all the caps. Well, off there. The one cap they have is not going to do the job. So, YESCV throwing in the towel here on North. I got to say, Zach, it feels a little bit like they put all their eggs into one basket with that Western push.
You mean who?
All right, the Eastern
YESCV?
push. The Eastern push.
Okay.
Yeah. YESCV seems like they just, it's like you sent every battleship, every Stalingrad, which is like a little mini battleship. All of them go to all of them go to that flank, and then all the enemy team has to do is, play that flank properly, and then they roll out. They can flex whatever firepower they want to the other side of the map, because
now
I don't know.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying.
Go back to what I was talking about earlier, and it's funny that it almost happened as soon as I had talked about it. Like when you're up against a death snail, the last thing you can do is push it. You have to hope for luck chuck torps. You have to hope for a lucky AP strike. In the case of that other destroyer that went down, the Harugumo for KSE there, Danilov's, yes. For him, as soon as he got hit, you saw what happened. NACL was looking for that torpedo splash, and once it happened, they fired at it. And that's what ultimately killed him, was that combined French radar, we like to call it, where you just literally saturate an area where you see an explosion and you try to chip down whatever you can.